welcome to the show. Thank you very much indeed for your response to our last programme, particularly to our volunteering campaign. Today's special guest star is William Roach. 42 years on Coronation Street. What an achievement. Also on today's show, I've been attacked in the street by a mugger who was after my handbag, and I had to learn some valuable lessons. And Cheryl Gascoigne will be telling us how tough it can be to be a single mum. Bill, over the years, have you come to love Ken Barlow?
I like him. He's a man, he'll be a good friend. He's dependable and he's got principles. Not always a bundle of laughs, tragically, because I like that, I prefer the humour. But he's a good man, and all I have to do is understand him and believe in him, which I do.
And you've never had a moment when you thought to yourself, oh, I wish this man would do something?
Oh, frequently had that, yeah. But being a teacher and having to set a certain example, he's not allowed to do a can-can on the bar of the Rovers or whatever, unfortunately. No, I'd love to see him let his hair down a bit more. I'm a great giggler, and I like to giggle. But Ken doesn't get a lot of that.
What would you like to be?
And I'd love to sing, actually. Oh, boy. If I could sing, I would sing.
Well, celebrity stars in their eyes.
I know, but I just can't sing.
Oh, OK.
I'd love to do it, but...
well, maybe you could do Rex Harrison in,
yes,
in
but I think that's sort of... People know about that one, and you're getting away with it. I'd love to do Frank Sinatra or something like that. Maybe I'll have some private coaching and surprise everyone, and then maybe I won't.
Now, we have a campaign on this programme, Bill, which I'm sure you know of, about keeping people safe against crime. And I know that this is something that you're particularly interested in yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're associated with Crime Stoppers.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
Well, Crime Stoppers, a lot of people don't realise this. They think it's a police thing. There's a number. It's 0800 555 111. And it's a charity, and it's totally separate, but it is manned by ex-police people. And you are not, it's not just confidential, there's total anonymity. I'm glad I got that word out correctly. You never give your name or phone number, you can never be traced. There's so many people who are involved with criminals, mothers, children or whatever, or people in gangs, or people who live in a neighbourhood where they're frightened. And you won't be asked to go to court or do anything like that. But if you ring that number, you don't have to pay for it, you're strictly anonymous, and there is a reward. There's a reward system if it leads to an arrest. And they're having tremendous results, tremendously good results. It all started with I think it was a vicar in America in some small town when a girl had been murdered, and he set up this line saying people could ring in, they would never be asked their name or anything, and the response was amazing. Because people are frightened of repercussions and of going to court. And Crime Stoppers is just brilliant, and the results are quite extraordinary.
Well, that's excellent. We're doing our own bit in the fight against crime by showing people how to look after their personal safety and safety of their property.
Sorry to interrupt, but isn't it a shame that we have to think like this?
I know.
I remember, because I'm very old, and I remember the days of leaving your front door open and you trusted, basically, there was trust. And now there isn't. You have to lock your car door and don't put things on the passenger seat and all that sort of thing. And it is very sad, isn't it?
Well, one of the things I think people need to bear in mind is that most crime is committed by young men on young men. So we don't want to frighten people unnecessarily. But what we're going to focus on this week is handbag mugging, because there is an enormous number, 70,000 handbag snatches per year throughout the UK. So I took my handbag out on the streets with me to see what would happen. Well, I'm here with Detective Inspector Paul Barton of the Hampshire Police. Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Thanks.
Now, you'd never think that you could get mugged in broad daylight in a busy city street like this, would you?
No, that's right.
But it appears it happens.
It does.
This kind of scene is repeated nearly 200 times a day in the United Kingdom. That happened so fast, Paul. I couldn't see. Were there two of them?
You'll find out there were two of them, actually, but that was just one person that took your bag in a matter of seconds, as you saw there.
And I've lost everything.
You have.
What could I have done to prevent it?
Well, In that situation, there was two of us walking together. What
Right.
you might like to have done is got your handbag between the two of us. That way, that would cause the thief all sorts of problems. You'd have to get in between the two of us.
Yes.
Hopefully, I could have done something and then stepped in and then saved your bag for you.
Right. It happened so fast I literally couldn't struggle. Should I have? Should I have hung on to the bag?
No, once again, you did exactly the right thing. You didn't put up a fight.
Yeah.
Let them take it. Because again, as we keep saying, you can replace those valuables, but you can't replace yourself.
Well, that was a hideous experience. I think that's what everybody most fears. What did I do wrong?
Before we answer that, Esther, I think the first thing we should do is look at your bag and where it is at the moment. It's in quite a vulnerable position in a busy cafe or a pub.
Yeah.
What I suggest you do is actually, if you bring it close to you, so it's by your side, you know where it is.
Okay.
I mean, if you're sat on a stool or a chair, perhaps you could thread the stool leg through the handle there. That would
Okay.
prevent someone taking that away from you.
Okay. Now, what have I got in it that I would have lost? Well, obviously, I would have lost my purse.
Right, well, let's have a look at that first. Let's see the sort of things that you've got here at the moment. Did you really need all these credit cards that you've got here at the moment?
I don't even know how many I've got.
Right. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't know how many credit cards they've got. They don't know what numbers their credit cards are. Now, if you lost this at the moment and you went to the police station, you had to report it. The first thing they would say is, what the cards have you lost and what are their numbers? Now, what I suggest you do is when you're at home tonight, if you record all the numbers that you've got on a safe piece of paper, keep it somewhere safe. What else have you got in here? Do you have a driving licence?
Yep, I do. Yeah.
Okay, why are you carrying this around, Esther?
Well, in case someone like you stops me and says, "Excuse me, madam, have you got your driving licence?"
Well, obviously that does happen, but you do have 7 days to produce that at a police station, so you don't necessarily need that in your possession at that time, particularly if you're just going out shopping. Now, the danger with carrying your driving licence around is that if a thief does take your purse and your handbag and it's got your driving licence in it, that could afford the thief a new identity, or they could certainly use that as currency to pass on to someone else that could use that.
Another Esther Rantzen. What a hideous thought. It's got my address, I now see. That's probably fatal, is it?
It is. I mean, what else have you got in your handbag?
Well, I've got my house keys.
Well,
oh dear.
There you go. You put these two together, and
Yes.
it's not a wise combination.
Got my car keys.
Right. If they get into your car, then they've got a free ride to your home address. You've got your house keys, and they can go straight into your house, and they can start burgling away to their heart's content, taking all your goodies away, and they're not going to be disturbed. More importantly, the neighbours aren't going to see anything untoward, because all they'll see is your car outside of your house.
What else? Diary. No one's going to read my diary.
Well, let's just have a look at that at the moment. Let's sort of see the sort of information that you keep in here. Now, that's your biggest problem already. If you've taken my advice and kept your driving licence at home, then they've got a little bonus here, because if they haven't got your driving licence, they've actually got a diary with your name and your home address in there. Oh, there you go. You've got your car registration number on there, so that's helped the thieves already. So instead of having to look around, they can go straight for the registration number that you kindly put in there for them. And I see you're actually going on holiday now for 2 weeks. That gives thieves opportunities to break into your house knowing when you're not going to be there. Unless, of course, you've got someone there who's kindly looking after your house for you.
Oh, yes.
Now, there's 2 4-digit numbers there.
Yes.
Now, I'm guessing that they're either PIN numbers, alarm codes, something like that. Would I be right?
Yep.
Again, is there any particular reason why you need to put those in there?
Because I can never remember them.
You're not alone doing that, but again, you could minimise that. What you could do, you could make up a name, for instance, a common name like John Smith or something like that, and put in a fake telephone number and perhaps use the last 4 digits as your PIN number.
I think maybe the chief lesson of all that, Paul, is I must make sure I don't carry my address in my handbag. One of the things that Angela Rippon suggested was carrying things elsewhere on your person. Is that good?
That's an excellent idea. What we want to do is minimise what the loss of that bag is to you.
Yeah.
What I don't want to say to you is don't go out and be caught short without any money or sufficient cards or whatever. So you can start spreading it around. It's very rare that people, when they are mugged, that they're going to be patted down and thoroughly searched. And it's normally the handbag they will see, they will go for that, rifle through it, normally take the cash, and then they'll discard that somewhere.
Obviously, Bill, the PIN numbers, in case you're thinking of racing away and tapping them, they weren't actually mine.
No, I understand. I gathered that. Yeah.
Carefully. The other thing that the policeman told me is that you can wear your handbag. This may not apply to you.
No, I don't have a briefcase, but not a handbag.
Right, well, I can't do it with briefcase, but with handbags you can wear the strap over your shoulders.
Same with necklaces. If they grab that, they could
Yes.
do some damage dragging you along or something.
Well, the police are very anxious that you should not struggle.
You know, I had my car stolen. Just before Christmas. I got out, I was just going into a shop, the keys were in the car, and I literally 1 minute turned round and vroom. Now, if I'd been nearer, I would have tried to stop him. It's instinctive for me not to just let somebody run out. I know they say don't do it, and it's dangerous. My wife had a handbag stolen off the passenger seat of a car. She pulled up at a roundabout, door was open, this guy shouted some threat, can't remember what it was, took the handbag, and my little son was in the back as well. My inclination would be to have a go. And I think a lot of men would, but they advise you not to do that.
Well, Andrew Rippon, who, as you heard, was a guest in a previous show of ours, said that she was physically attacked, and she had to talk to herself. She had to say, be sensible. These are only possessions they don't
Yes,
have.
I agree with that.
Well, if any of our viewers would like more facts about our personal safety campaign, we have a fact sheet as usual, and we'll tell you how to get hold of one of these at the end of the show. Also, the lovely Cheryl Gascoigne will be with us after the break, which is just in a minute. Welcome back. I'm here with actor Bill Roach, and we've been joined by the lovely Cheryl Gascoigne, talking now about our volunteering campaign, because Cheryl has been showing us various ways people can donate their time and skill. It's been a tremendous success, Cheryl, with fantastic take-up from the viewers, which is lovely.
That's good to hear. I think probably because hopefully this time we're getting across you don't have to give up so much time. As we've said before, you know, it can be 1 or 2 hours that can make such a difference to people.
You're talking about Home Start this week. Tell us what that is.
Home Start is an organisation that goes into families, into homes, not just for single parents, although the film you're going to see, I actually went to interview a lady that is a single parent. And it's someone just to lend an ear or lend some time to a family that's going through difficulties, which can be anything from bereavement to multiple births, and you just need someone else that's completely independent and non-judgmental on you, just for some support.
So it's like the old days when one had an extended family or a neighbour next door. Only these days it's so difficult, perhaps, because families are split all over the country.
Everyone's so busy nowadays, aren't they? So people just don't have that time.
So they don't need any special training for that? It's just really company and another...
I asked that question and they said, no, it's just someone that's prepared to go in and listen. And
that can be very
they can
meaningful.
just go in and say, well, you know, I'll watch the children if you want to pop off for 5 minutes, or, you know, or just to sit and talk to them, or maybe just share a cup of tea, or even if they want to cry, it's just someone to...
I mean, in the old days, the community naturally did that. I used to say extended family or the community, those neighbours and things, but seem to be losing that a bit, don't we?
But what we're losing with one hand, we gain with another.
Yep.
Let's have a look, because we may find viewers are very interested by this way of helping other people. If you are inspired by the film, there is a free phone number on the screen that you'll be able to ring for the next 2 hours.
Come on, Debbie! Nearly there!
Drop your cup. Wait till we get in the kitchen.
Come on, Debbie!
Some of this, please.
I don't want to struggle anymore. I've struggled long enough. I feel ready to start building on something now. I think I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I thought we might do.
2 years ago, Debbie Mellor was a single mum, struggling alone on benefits with 3 small children. She felt the pressures of life were crowding in.
Do you think?
Depressed, anxious, stressed, really stressed. I mean, I had 2 young kids and life was just crap, really.
But then Donna came along. A single mum herself, she knew just what Debbie was going through, and the 2 and their families have been friends ever since. But there's more to this relationship than just the tea and sympathy of a neighbour. Donna is a volunteer for a national charity called Home Start. It provides support for families if they have a child under 5. Sometimes, as in Debbie's case, you need a bit more support than friends alone can give.
They'd be hypocritical towards me because I was feeling so down. Don't be so stupid, you're not down, how can you be down? You've got, things to do and stuff. But it wasn't really like that. It's not that I had things to do and I had kids to see to. It was me, not anybody else. And they wouldn't have understood that.
Sometimes it feels like you give, and you
and
just
get nothing back.
You can't give any more, can you?
No.
That's what's good about Home Start, because you're there for the parent. There's lots of organisations there for the children, but this is for the parent.
Yeah.
I was here for Debbie. Obviously, I love her children and everything, but, to support her, how can she support her children when there's no one supporting her?
Well, if mum's happy, the children are happy.
That's right, yeah.
I think right from the beginning it has just worked. Just felt talking to Donna that she would be the right person to match to Debbie.
And I think that was it. We were gab.
Well, you were. I gab, and you just listened.
There isn't a typical volunteer. They're a very, very diverse group of people, all ages, different sexes, different ethnic groups. They come into volunteering for all sorts of reasons. But I suppose they do have in common that they're interested in people, they're very committed, they're caring people, they're very warm people.
So are we eating after jogging then?
Yeah. Come round the back, Cheryl.
Home Start was set up in 1973 and has about 300 schemes operating across Britain. In Leeds alone, there are 150 volunteers helping 110 families.
I see her every week up until about a few months ago, and now I maybe see her every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks. But she knows if there's a crisis going on that she can call me, and even if it's just for me to sit there and listen to her. I've watched her children grow up and I've seen her develop, and I feel very proud of her, what she's achieved, and, the confidence that she's got now.
And recently, Debbie's set her heart on a career as a prison officer.
I'm sick of doing no now. I've been down, now I'm getting back up, so go for something that's got money, a lot of it.
And for a job like that, she needs to be fit.
Come on, Debbie!
And it's Donna who's out coaching her.
Nearly there!
This is fantastic, Donna, what she's doing now.
Yeah.
You think she's going to do it?
Yeah, definitely. She's got the determination now.
But you never thought she'd do this when you first met her?
No, never in a million years. She's got the discipline now. She sets her mind to it, she'll do it.
Come on, you're nearly there! Come on! Well done!
There's more potholes in there than these hotels. I nearly broke my ankle. Kids are screaming, Mum! Mum!
Well, I've been here all day and I'm so impressed with Home Start. I just wish more people knew about it. There's so many families out there, I'm sure, that could use Home Start's help. And what a better way to help people and make friends at the same time. It's fantastic.
If you think you could lend a hand to a family who needs your help, just ring our free phone number 0800 600 600, and those lines are open for the next 2 hours. I think what struck me, Cheryl, about that was the word you used was friend. In other words, it's not do this, do that, you know, instructional. There's a real feeling of fellow feeling, almost like sisters together.
I think that Debbie, when I spoke to Debbie, she said she thought when Donna first was introduced to her, oh, here we go, another social worker type that's going to sit here and say, you're not doing this properly with the children, you're not leading your life in the right way. But then when she met Donna, she said she gave her a really hard time to begin with. And then she realised that Donna wasn't going to judge her or say anything bad towards her, and just was there to listen. Those two have now become strong friends, and like Donna said, Debbie doesn't need her every week now, and that's what's good about Home Start. There's no structure. It's maybe you need to come in 3 or 4 times a week, and then maybe you only need to come in 1 day a week, and then it may be that once they're building up their strength again, the person that needs the help, they may only need to call on that person once a month, but it's knowing someone's there.
It's picking the right person for the right person,
That's right.
presumably. There's a get. But you're right. If it has some training, then they go in and they try to impose that training. What this is doing, it's like all good things. It's obvious and it's simple. Just getting people to be friendly again and help each other, which is what we should all be doing anyway.
And the other thing is that they both seem to get something out of it. It wasn't all one way.
Yeah, to give her as much as it takes.
All the volunteering schemes that we've looked at so far, it definitely seems that way. It's that you get out as much as you give in.
Well, that's true of life, isn't it? You get back what you give out. So by helping others, you're helping yourself.
You're interested in an organisation I'd never heard of, Bill. It's called the Life Education Centre.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's a wonderful thing. You could say it's anti-drug, but it doesn't approach it negatively. It's a mobile classroom that will arrive at a school, and each class will go into this mobile classroom, and it's made fun. There's a human body that lights up, you can switch on the bits, and it's all about the intricacy. The body is like a highly tuned racing car or whatever, and how you, by keeping it healthy and keeping it well and having good relationships, you enjoy life far more. And then through the various classes of 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds and up to 10 or 11. So by the time a child is approached with some drugs in the playground, which can happen to 11-year-olds apparently, they're already aware of the complexity of their body and how much you enjoy life if you keep it well. Now what would happen, the teachers would then keep that project going throughout the year, and the class would come again the next year and visit schools with this mobile classroom. It was a thing Prince Charles brought over from Australia. And what it is, life education. It educates them about their life and how to lead a more wholesome and enjoyable life. And hopefully when the temptation comes to drugs, they're more fortified to refuse it.
Does that sound a good idea, Cheryl, to you?
Sounds an excellent idea. I think that it's out there a lot more than we want to believe it's out there. I personally would like to be educated on drugs as well, because I want to be able to answer questions to my children. And they know I'm very anti, so they wouldn't come to and open up to me, but I want them to be able to. But until I know anything about them, you know, I can't answer their questions.
But if people care about their own skin, and most young people do, just that little, oh, come on, have a go, is a short course in death. It's as simple as that. It's the end of your life, end of your career.
Everyone needs educating on it. And yes, and what Phil said was right, that once you... they learn and they know a bit more about it, then they're prepared for it when they get offered it.
I mean, the body is a very intricate mechanism, and if you look after it, it'll heal itself of almost anything, and you enjoy life more, everything is more fun. If you start polluting it with these substances or whatever, like we all do. I mean,
like we all do.
Like with our eating, drinking and other things. But the drugs thing is a new dimension that hits them 11 years, and they need to be prepared.
Thank you very much indeed for telling us about both those excellent causes, and thank you at home for joining us. Thank you to our 2 stars. We'll see you soon. Till then, goodbye.
For a copy of this week's fact sheet, call 0901 560 8282. If you have a story for us, call 0870 90 90 246. Details are also on teletext and on our website.